WATE 6 on your side, Storm Team.
Definitely cold across the area for tonight, but the plaza looking pretty clear. Gatlinburg, there, Ripley's Aquarium of the Smokies. Again, they didn't see as much snow there in the foothills as we did areas further to the west, including downtown Knoxville, where probably about 8 to 9 inches fell downtown. Still there at the Market Square area. We're down to 14 in Knoxville, 13 Maryville and Kingston. We have 17 in Oneida, just changing to 11 there in Middlesboro and 13 in Morristown. Lows tonight, single digits and teens for most areas, so maybe not as cold as the 0 we had this morning, but that's still cold enough when you head out the door. We'll start with a little bit of sunshine for tomorrow, but right before you go to bed, after the news, just make sure all the cabinet doors are open, where you've got faucets, so your bathrooms, your kitchen, especially if they're up against an outside wall, okay? You just want to make sure air can circulate within that. We don't have any frozen pipe issues. Now, there is a slight thaw tomorrow. Don't think this is going to get rid of all the snow, because it's not. We're only talking mid to upper 30s, and we've got another shot of Arctic air that's coming in as we go into the weekend. But in between there, we do have to talk about us being weather aware for tomorrow as a light wintry mix develops through the second half of the day. I do expect some light freezing rain, maybe even some sleet pellets mixed in, and then after the system exits, it'll end as a little bit of light snow for some higher elevation areas. I'd say the good news is there's not a ton of moisture with this. We're not expecting large amounts of either, but anything that falls is going to affect road conditions. We start quiet tomorrow morning with sunshine, then the clouds will build towards midday. High clouds initially, but they lower and thicken quickly, because watch by 3 o'clock. Here's some of that moisture moving in, and temperatures are borderline freezing. So maybe a mix again of some freezing rain, snow, or even some sleet. So we'll keep an eye on that. Temperatures then cool into the evening, and still some patchy areas. As you can see, the pink is probably more of that threat for some freezing rain, with these temperatures hovering near that freezing mark. The bulk of this moisture starts to move out about this time tomorrow night. Still maybe some patchy drizzle, though, in some areas. Quiet start to early Friday morning. Could be a few flurries or light snow showers the first part of the day. That's the cold front coming through, and then much colder air. Temperatures will actually drop through the day Friday. Wouldn't be surprised if we had some mid-30s in mid-morning on Friday, and then it's much colder in the afternoon. Look at the teens and 20s by lunchtime on the plateau, and you will see teens by the time 4 o'clock rolls around the area. So what are we talking about here for freezing rain potential? Again, not a lot, but it doesn't take much to cause issues when we're talking about ice, but probably about a trace to less than 1/10 of an inch for most areas shaded in pink. And I'd say the more likely areas are going to be north of this I-40 corridor. Now, on the backside, as I mentioned, as we go through the day Friday, snow showers wrap around, maybe 1 inch or less for portions of the plateau. Could be some slightly higher totals, though, right there where Morgan, Scott, and Anderson County meet. So near the Bryceville area, we're talking about Windrock Mountain, things like that area. Then up into southeast Kentucky, some 1 to 2 inch totals, maybe into Harlan County. The purple, indicative of maybe slightly higher totals, and then 1 to 3 is kind of what we're looking at in the mountains. Could be a dusting for some areas north of Knoxville. That's why we have the winter weather advisory basically in effect, the opportunity for that light freezing drizzled Thursday, and then on the backside of it, a little bit of light snow as the system exits across the region. Friday, it's cold. We're back in the 20s and 30s once again, and then temperatures in the mid-30s by Friday afternoon, again, as that cold air really starts to filter into the region. We're talking temperatures single digits by the time we get to Saturday and Sunday morning. That is cold. And then finally, we start to thaw out next week. We've got some upper 40s Tuesday and low to mid 50s by the time we get to Wednesday.
All right, Ken, thank you.